Nanaji. Ashalaja, few days ago here at Amasaman, you know, when in the Seukasi Abope said Monsa Himfi went to and when the Ashalaja Oshipi murdered the man. People can go in there and murder, shed blood, because nonsense is in the pulpit. People who have nothing with the gospel feel like it's a lucrative business. I'm living in a particular time where businessmen can start up churches and employ pastors, and at the close of the month, he sits down with them and then they render account. Nonsense. Nonsense. Tamale, few days ago, Dakami or wherever the pronouncement is, shoot out. 5 people were shot. Some of them are in the hospital right now. And so when the Bible talks about they will do wickedly, wickedness will be at the verge and the edge. Wickedness. And the Bible said what the people will cleave to are flatteries. They will corrupt the covenant of God. The order, they will corrupt it. They will turn upside down the truth, the virtue of God's word. Assembly muaba a dear timi peja ni pade ni sikongonso. Eye ni nshirane mfasodie ya denuba to chain. Me ba ye na meyi mato ho. Nufum e masirem e metrumu. Clearly and coming in, I'm 10K. I want to talk to you. And so the Bible said they will corrupt. They will corrupt the covenant of the Lord. We will corrupt it. Who are going to corrupt it? Woman jina mukanoso. Woman be shasia with the corruption. Me say Ghana problems in a blame was for. I'm serious. Yam penny from prenachi ya womuchi. Se womu beti meja aja sofo jaye de. Tie de mekano. The reason why penny for the womu say normal because you do for a tribi, apostles tribi, bishops tribi, kwasiabra. I'm doing so when I'm a frail. You want now a dumb. Every sra won mo. And yet I know what you mean, my honami akono di when him say. So the Bible said they will corrupt the covenant. And when they corrupt the covenant, flatteries will take dominance. You can't flattery, sir. And someone will take the gospel. It is asempanankasa ebeyira. Sa asempanankasa ira. Afenkwa siabe will come to the pulpit. It is me say, we kwa sian sorry pa. Abe frɛ Kristo Yesu sorry. Na ko Jimmy enipa me Jimmy. I'm serious. Sankwa sianchire no abano a enipa nam de senkrofo fie en nkrofo awade enom ne ade me say Jimmy. It fulfills the prophecy. False teachings, false prophecies, falsehood everywhere. The Bible calls it flatteries. That holier than now me shata de seminase, but what bo be fee. And Namosoma will be in the wedding ring at watching toilet in one flash. Kwasi and chire ninti will be in the wedding ring at watching it. What will be fee? And Namoso and then Crofonia ring who must say. Wom honam kankan, wom nyare motom kankan ni trumu kankan, and wom de te ansori dem. Kwasi adwene no a, tia ni anganya ni adwene ta utiete we a, en kwasi ade no anipa, edi na hwense hunu ekoso. This topic and kasano maybe basso. I'm still in my preambolic. You catch them propose, you know, in yare, new motum. No, kuno that doggy style fine you could see. Olimpa and Casano, make us a match. Who says you won't cry a Jew? Now, Baby, on Sakatuni says about phoning church. I'm telling you, with the Manimbe to at him. Dear, why you bad demano? Me say, woman, I'm a teen, some punny. And then I'm some casa. When I catch you, say when I'm at your time. When I catch it out, when I met Danya, yes, him. This is why I tell, you know, the leadership of my country and Mr. Government, you can build God a cathedral. But if your virtues and your works does not please the Lord, and you zero work, I'm talking to the wise. Build God anything. Clear the judges from where they live. Bulldoze your house down and build a cathedral. Semunyuma jamainua eshisha mayasem penifumwa a national assignment ne maya ne nam pesadie womu government functionaries jive samu omu di womu tene play mu and they have no business with this nation. Me say build God a cathedral. He doesn't dwell in buildings that have been made with hands. It is a muniadin such that Sadia no amudia si on Yehu and to make us a match. Na Ghana so for Yaku don't to me why and can win chilemo. You can build God a gold whatever. So when Yadin such a missy when you want to adia no we see him. Adia be on moi and you woody wickedness to the verge. I'm talking to the Missy when you're in Kasaya. It's been a very long time you saw me like this on Facebook. You want mama simply ask me no make me no need case. But as long as God grants me a proclivity and the ability to come and speak his mind, sister, and not dear. One woman monishame. And no brami baby, I forget about Obra. I have come with the mind of the Lord. I have come with, Job chapter 32 verse 18. I have come on the premise of verse 19 and verse 22 to speak only of the oracles of God. Build anything. Nefagane sikasa krono dear. Me say you are going down before God. Woman yamu be dicta free. Woman dimin kawe da. Sintina me catch now. Wo bia wo person wo gina wo nyame aginem krono dia wo mo de back wo momfa ngodi me say wo bia anybody that says he's a prophet, a seer, he can see, he can hear from God, from whoever. Yeah, when Timan can say wo my way ye nyina nyame animu yie woni pakona ni fra. I don't want to hear someone say, as soon as I've chosen, God have chosen, as soon as God have chosen Obente to lead. But I don't even think God cares about your rubbish. Serious. So when you make or doing some fun, I'm seriously talking to the wise only. Where's the many wise? Kwasia phone count. A Jimmy phone come. And Nana dreaming Yamini at the Asia. Tibon cost of phone count. A nipa woman can't hear me. Ushana will come with Chemuko. I'm speaking to the wise one. Will be a need from where Bajuma Nansani or Trinity not Trinity from a dear beyond my warrior when him say, a behind Chidema. Sandy Pano. This one come here. adeɛ no a wonim sɛ bɛha gyirima na wɔnwene ho ɔbɛyɛ ready kwasiade Putin wo nkrofo na kam dwene sɛ war kura ba there are rules ceasefire many panu adwane wo meti madwane enema bi on ma wo kunsi ayenko ho like a church. You can't bomb a church. When somebody is running in a time of war and escaping from the adversary into a church, the laws of war allows them to a place of refuge in the house of God. The Bible says the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and they are safe. Nobody runs to the house of God and the enemy or the adversary pursues into that place. How come Russia can bomb hospitals and bomb churches and bomb places where people can run for refuge? How can armored cars ride over private vehicles and all that kind of thing? This is like a genocide. This is like a massacre. This is like a human slaughter. And I'm telling you, people who mad, evil, brute, beasts and animals like Vladimir Putin can do these things. Now, Jenny fear as I said to me, and can make me war Russia. Dear Bessie Benyasi. Quasia didn't go see Admaze, then you party on when Yaku could do no yet. And you must say Yanni and Pennyphobia has here, ya assassin Timika, a sophobia shas and Quasia, I'm sorry, Abebanomia, the assassin Timothy to Tokwema, Kenya Miajunichina, Memma, Nini Penya, Missuro, no more poor, with Adia, some no more assembly TV. I'm telling the mind of God. Papa said, we have the men. Our dollar will not be where it is. Papa. Let me tell you something profound. In the Amsterdam, the Netherlands, they have policies. You know, there are certain foods that can never be imported into the Netherlands. You can't take certain foods there. And your free market said yeah sense na the frani my papa free China near the beton because there are no national policy that governs these things. The reason is because Nipan Wakra will know where leader no or Pelsi be a di we can war here the campaign if you sponsor campaigns this is the reason why Nigeria cannot go off load shedding and power curtailment and all stuff like that. Energy problems will still continue. The reason, ladies and gentlemen, is because the people that are behind government funding and government business funding are coming from all these same people, who are looting the nation's potency and opportunity, and they give some back to the politicians and the lawmakers. When I look at the wealth that has been looted out of COVID all over the continent of Africa, it is sad. COVID funds, like Ghana, we got, our first COVID funds was $1 billion US. $1 billion US. God have mercy. The Dubai waterfront, the Dubai waterfront, the Palm Jumeirah, the world, and all the Dubai water. The Palm Jumeirah was built with 3. That was the second waterfront after the Dubai hotel. That is second waterfront project that was done. $3 billion. We had $1 billion coming into our country, and we cannot even find where that money went to. 200 million was blown in 3 weeks, and we called it that we use it to share food. Wow. And you gonna what did he pay? What did he pay? Bomb chrono say a bad day and we'll be in upon him now. And can you probably on monkey here? Allow me to, pause and acknowledge my mother, Dr. Christy, and the daughter, Mami Nangma Jobo. Thank you for the honor and the privilege to make time out of your multitask schedules. I know you started our convention, Raising the Standard rally tonight, and we continuing until Sunday morning, but you took the opportunity to, hook up with us. The Lord bless you, man. Heartless leaders. The roads by which we drive on. Unbelievable, heartless. The Bible said we will live in that brute generation where the conscience of people are dead. Dead conscience. And now I'm going, to use. When 3 months ago or 4 months ago even, when Osei was shot, a man in police uniform, serving his country. When Osei was shot, we condemned it. I took 1 week on my radio program and I mourned Osei. Because, it was not because he is Osei like I'm Osei. He's my namesake. No. Because he is somebody's son and somebody's brother and somebody's church member. And he is part of the police service. He is part of the, he is somebody's husband or boyfriend. Broad daylight. Osei was shot. We thought the whole thing was staged and planned and acted, like I have told you. Our biggest error and problem is hypocrisy. And or say in uniform, works in a bullion van, in a bank, transporting cash. Not knowing that the people that staged the robbery are fellow uniform holders, police officers. I now understand why the administration will not give sidearms to officers. I think people na mo de ma I feel the mo jai ahan kan no police ni e pese odi boni a ofa etuo no ayede ama no na wode ama ahan o se je be ju sika se fa kobọ kro no wunya ayi anu ababa betua dia die kanya me adwen kira. If what I'm saying is not true, the gun that shot Marcus, the assemblyman of Sogakope, the gun came from the Sogakope police station. Ye bomb Marcus to we ya wo ye etuo mu no etuo no ye ba be fe etuo no wo sape man me am sape man ye di tuo no ma han je ne fa ko bokro no oba wo ka se na tie na betua. This was how it worked. So police officers can sit down and stage. Wow. Ghana, you are in a big mess. And it's only the grace of God and the word of the Lord that straightens you up. You are in a big mess. You do not even want to acknowledge that you are in a financial crisis. You are failing to acknowledge that you are in a systemic failure. You are failing to acknowledge that you have weak leaders. You are failing to acknowledge that you do not fear God. You have no godliness. You are failing to get all these things right. Ghana, you are failing to acknowledge. Omaya with the 65, we are nipan kalko pension. Adwin fi kwasi ade ene nipa e wonwa kukodru. Obiba Oshe police uniform, 1 year only in the service, was shot in cold blood in his head. Your boss said to when you tell him. So you want to tell me that the police officers shot the police officer? Oh, so you want to say that the police officers killed their own colleague because of what he knows, because of what he has seen, because of the information he has, because he's refusing to condone evil and corrupt practices, because he's failing to be part of their evil agenda. Osei was shot in cold blood. Osei was shot to death, and we thought it was armed robbers. So the administration started investigating until they found out that it was not armed robbers that murdered Osei. Actually, it was his fellow service people. As a matter of fact, most of the people involved in that murder are Osei's own mates in the police depot. Wow! Osei's own mates killed him. The Bible said they shall be wicked in the last days. Daniel chapter number 11 and verse number 32. There will be wickedness. I mean, when Osei in that was saying, Pablo, I am sir. I am sir. As I says, well, who made the assassin? Osei, well, who say, me Pablo, assassin. Yesterday, when the service, stage a swoop, or swap, because Boskata. Can you imagine that? The gang had the courage to shoot back at the police. You know why? Because they have the weapons. People who stood in the office of trust have the courage to use the weapons to protect, defend the constitution and the integrity and the veracity of the sovereign nation Ghana and its people internally or interiorly. One would do two or no. I want to commend Dr. Dampari and your team. At least you are proving to us that you want to wipe that bad, evil image we have about the police service. You want to wipe it off. At least you want to make it. Don't be a focus a principle who information van call because what they call home we didn't believe that one. Here or same kind of way in uniform. And then I was saying him, yeah, one person we want to know. And then I was saying him what they call. What is it that Osei knows that you want to conceal? And so the people that went to the courts today, one of them had the guts and the courage and money, audacity to hire a lawyer to go and defend his madness. You murdered somebody's son, you have the guts to bring a lawyer to court to defend your madness. Interesting. I use this opportunity and I want to speak something to you. Number one, the way people are recruited and enlisted in the Ghana police service, number one, is an error. Why don't we allow people to earn whatever they want? Let them earn it. Let's stop this protocol business. Let's stop putting party foot soldiers in the services. Ghana Immigration Service, Police Service, Armed Forces, Ghana Navy, all those, the forces. Customs. Will be called customs, immigration. 6 months. We'll see about the sign. We'll see about the sign. Back on what you saw on them. The Lord has been good to me. If I got a sick, I'll go to your foot to my. Because just like God will judge Vladimir Putin, God will judge our leaders, and God will judge you and I. Amen. Me said damanim. A damanim. people who have no belief. Sometimes I sit down and I'm amazed and look at the appointment of ambassadorial position. But this will be ambassador. That person must be a diplomat. Hey, and then you find, just anybody. Just a way as soon as you are been down for near the needing call as we will assign here the corner and not go to baby. How? You can be ambassador. I won't tell you. This is what the Bible was talking about in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse number 20, as the saying did it. We are ambassadors of Jesus Christ. You can be ambassador. Be in Musinia one day as your own. Nani pa woni ambassadorial yiwe obekona ne negu akonyam na magu ne so because of my etia ne danka etia ne wanka or ne traffic offenses kranwa or cause okuro no a what because you suba fin we de tia and one ye de control farmer so and ye de ne nam ho say su buy no na de call ese mon fanya adwuma traffic light so red no atwam yensem hunu no de tia no. You didn't say be the one grow farmers, not traffic bills, so not pile it up to the point that on the test report, sometimes I am so even amazed that they can have the courage to publish it. Near so now the next one near the budget akojina parliament near pesca and the aqua fund the madness fa. I sat down and read through the auditor's report. Now me tired na you have work it me. I would have worked it from 2016 till now, or may have lost over 17 billion Ghana cedis. Now you pay e-levy of 6 billion. 17 and you know quite didn't my way. Taxes are not good. Everybody knows that nations are built with taxes. Me, I will pay taxes anywhere, any day, anywhere, anytime. We are talking about frugality. We are talking about prudence. We are talking about wisdom. We are talking about, make sure a man before it me sorry now, and they believe that their nations will succeed. And they sacrifice to make it work. A party for soldiers. It was our way. Sometimes I may call Depo and I'm share. Depends on that winter win man. Then almost services. I thought that immigration, prisons, customs, police. You were talking about heights. You were talking about skin, whatever. You were talking about no tattoos. You were talking about all this. What if say any panua or you're tall or you're wise or you're intelligent academically or need stretch mark or need tattoos, but or you're for. What about that? What you crum for? Now you see they are getting a shootout with the police. We breeded a theater for. We breeded a theater for. And I want to sit here and tell you, President Mills's time, we had what we call the constitutional review. The report is like that. I have one in my library at home. One of the reviews things that they've written in that report is to review the immunity on our presidents. That after 7, 4 years, 8 years, they must account to this nation. Why have we thrown that report away? Listen, let me tell you. There is a generation the Bible have already talked about in Proverbs chapter 30. They are coming with a different heart. Most of our leaders today will be on pension when that generation arrives. That generation will bring them back from pension to prison. Anybody cannot tell me that it is prudent of opening the toll gates or the toll booths. It's not. It can never be. 3 months, what you are sorry there. And when May is losing money, this is what the pulpit should be doing. Yeah. Whoever made that decision have made an error before God and before the people of Ghana. I told you the mind of God. It can never be. And the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, that we speak truth to each other. Because the truth will make you free. I'm telling you. Your bumper, your radio, we are mobile, we not for too much. I'm talking to Ghanaians. You're not for too much. If you want to tell me that the police officers killed their fellow policeman, wow. Hey, anyway, the statement is that so was saying him baby, yeah, proceed for him per se you, boss say too. And you need pass a casa. They can go after that person. No wonder that if anybody makes any suggestive statement that is oxymoronic or contradictory to what government believes, they go after that person. Oh, very interesting. I never thought that Mr. Government can do that. Nebreyen ninka sunti. Ne careful to send me in Sapayacharo. Number one, the people that you see going up will be the same people you see when you are coming down. That is number one. Number two, power has an expiration date. I'm talking to the wise. Power, it has an expiration date. And then number three, remember the ideals of our father or our fathers. And I look at leaders like Kenneth Kaunda, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba. When you look at people like Ofebuanye, Savajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when you look at people like, Haile Selassie, and even people like, what's his name, Thomas Sankara, selflessness you see in them. But we have brute, greedy people looting a miserable country like mine. Anytime I hold the flag, I cry. You know what? Because the child that is born today has no hope. I told you the mind of God. Look at mismanagement. It is so sad. Now, business people that are competing on world stage, they need to change almost 8 cities into $1. Wow. Some people that are owing us. I told the guy to chase the money. And then they told the guy, it's not like we will not pay. We have always paid. But the system is too rough. We're struggling to pay. Let's tell ourselves, when people are hungry, they become desperate. And I want to use opportunity to tell Ghana, if you don't repent, despite all the things that the Lord has given you, you will still not prosper. Say, I mean, when we call people criminals, we're talking about people who have stolen goats and sheep and mobile phones, and we throw them into jail. The real thieves are in suits, pocket pieces, nice cufflinks, classic shoes, and silk socks and ties. The real thieves. And we gladly call them honorables. Gladly, we call them honorables. Now, your madness is coming from the top to people. The people are seeing. These boys are in uniform. The way they even went into the service is not the right way. Obi to be school no esua dia no atwa. Yem fanen to achimota school da. One white Wesley girl said this one white for yes opua. The tibom cost of no. And the paper a show man sa. Someone yana mungo school we. Udua headmistress open a juma kawanutum na jeno. Na jeno ni na tenam. Naka sofo yen ya juma ni. Nya Prophet Oduro ya teten by heart. No bia nya ne de. Ya femu aba. Ne nya adwen sachira. Na ye timini awurade anante wonya misuro mu. Ne mfasode na ye nhira de amu obia. But I'm telling the police service, the blood of Osei is on your hands. Osei's blood is on your gun. The gun that shot Osei came from the police service. It were not pirated guns. You did two no where the ball Osei. Bonity mutuo. Be back. We be this year. Nearly any so were born and one the answer in bay. It in ya when you could service. Thank you, I'm some name. A boss say two. It depend on a boss say two. Are officers in uniform. Hey! And I was shocked when I saw the police issuing statements. And when I saw in that particular statement that robberies that went on at the Spinters Road, robberies that went on, at the first one on Kingsway, February 2001, Bachona Spinters Road, March 2001, Jamestown in June 2021, robbery that happened at attempted robbery that happened at North Carnation Industrial Area, February 2022. This gang were the gang that did the robbery. People in uniform are also armed robbers. Unbelievable. I thought that we stood in an office of trust. Zelia Sophie, Media Sophie, Jimia. Me gwa brade ani mu ase, me gu me hu ani mu ase, me gu me busu ani mu ase, atade anu ehye no, me gu ani mu ase. I'm going to close. But I want to say this. At least, Dr. Dampari and your team, may the Lord honor you and continue to bless you. At least, you are making everything possible to clean up the service. You want to clean the service from beast and more aba service in him. Who pekwen bia wo de befa so eyi wo mafiri. Ene emiwura wadawro ma won kwaso. Emoa ne doso. Emoa no a ewo police service menyamonko army ebi wo ho. Asofo ebi wo ho. Ahemfo ebi wo ho. Asori dem ebi wo ho. Court ebi wo ho. Stadium ebi wo ho. GFA ebi wo ho. GRA ebi wo ho. Emoa ne doso. And I'm referring to beast. The Bible said in Revelation chapter 13 verse 1, I stood on the sand of the seashore and I saw a beast rising out of the sea. The beast had 7 heads, 10 horns, 10 crowns, and the name of blasphemy. This is the blasphemy the Bible was talking about. When Guajuma anymore say, or say, dear what? Who was ya? Obana is open so so my. Or say, dear. Abusian near, o mamma, o papa, Unianum. Abusian kaya, munnie. Yawu water sa Barbara. America. A Sylvester. Kushini a key to Erekobo. So Subanyana, Aisha Kushini Bay for German for China Niba Kushini Bay for German for Chrome 4 Bay, every China Bediwa. A Tomana Aisha, a took on your VVIP. As a Ghana, you were Maya, you Suronya me, and Jinian Kayanya Sadi. Sister Yawa Demu Ewo, a UK. A Tom no so took on your VVIP. Now, soft for imams Asumo me, and only a DM penny for diplomas Asumo me, no more Zongo Lai Ewo, a Omo Q. Now, could Shifu Bay, you my yasinti. Wa my yasia Jamaya, won't be Timidia battery and penny for mu binti. Woman and VVIP. Abuse of office penny. Abuse of office penny. Now we da ho. Independent nka. Fi se wo ka ye be ba becho. O ka ye be di watam. O ka ye be ya A B C or D. Sister, me pesa me kan sam chiro. Ene yen na mo bechi. Asam maka chiro. Fi se no kura dia. Me mfam nipa wo ye. Me djuma ya mkure. I will tell you truth. And you will hear the truth. We will tell you truth. So, baby, our man had it on. It could die him. It could die him, but we can see. TDM catch it. It could die him. And see. Such robberies. Be one more cry, you couldn't bound. Or send you, send you, or send one who you. There was an innocent woman. What tinny baby turned head in him queen. Two, Nakobo, what I said, Nanum, a Yisama, and on the bush and 4 by it be soon ya, will radio so many ideas, a free summer, mini woo ye. One and a fear will be a wow. Compensation, Capra. Be a wow. It's in your same Crawford to because see a free ya. A say uniform one. Woman, you are mine and one yam. A tutu uniform. One more to no. A could be apart from so much bow say to. My men were war jamming. One would be born. Emma won't sue. I mean, I won't jamming. No. One coward when him was say, when him bruise free, when you will be a near some or torn in near ma. It truly be a coupon. Agbele. And so when the Bible talks about in Amos chapter 4, the scriptures are very clear. Okre asa. Etu afri yanum. Okre ahia se bedwamu man kontompodi ade. Na nka ye gire nyame sama pasoa. Nka ye fansam pa na wie ye breya. Adwensa kira nkwa na ye hwe nya wa affordable. Nye de otimi ye ohimante de make no. It is not about what you can do. It is only about, listen to what I'm about to say, only about showing the way of salvation. Acts chapter 16, verse 17. When I am the catcher boys, I'm come on to some cancer panoa, jaya for the bonoa to avoid the when you make of free with Nippani didn't credit the mayor with a dear, you will present the tea a shirano. This is what most of the time I want to talk to the pastors and people, the pulpiteers, prophets, all that we in Yamia from America so much. Where you were friend while we're going to stop the gimmicks. Stop the gimmicks. Stop the gimmicks. And now done here too much. The Apostle General Sam Grangian Graham asked a question in the ongoing Shepherd's Summit with Reverend Istodanaba yesterday. Asked a question whilst we were following online. And the question is, are these the preachers we are about to hand over to? Are these the preachers? They have labored. Christiana, daughter to my mother, have labored for 45 years in ministry. And you know, her cream of pulpiteers and prophets, you know, like my father, Stephen Stanley Mensah, like, you know, Dr. Annabelle, like people like Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, you know, Dr. Ransford Obey, and people like that, like Dr. Robbie Ampia Kofi, name them, that cream of leaders, Reverend Stud Anamba, Bishop Charles Ajenasari, that cream of leaders. Well, beside the question, are these are these the ones we are about to hand over ministry to? People who can boast of cars and watches and shoes and wives and all that. Those are the people we are about to hand over ministry to. What a frivolous generation. What a frivolous generation. What a loosed generation. And this is what I'm talking about. Say, I mean, most of the things we call preaching is absurdity. I'm telling you. And it has no biblical basics whatsoever. And that is why it does not change or transform anybody. And such that will be Adrena say Kumana Pro Tikijina Paswa a Kenya Miajane. Kenya Miajane. Now, as you say, the sad thing is that Pablo guy posted or say on his Facebook page sending condolences. Ogbemo. And now you are posting condolences when he was dead. This is wickedness and dead conscience. When the conscience is dead, that is what happens. Or say, ooh, yeah, me, yeah. Ooh, yeah, me, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I thank God for Dr. Dampare and the police council that enough is enough. Enough is enough.